It's recording.
It's recording. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I still can't hit it. All right. So once again, we think we're grateful for this opportunity. We got myself, Troy Hope, my co-host, Sharita Davis, and Bola. Bola, how you pronounce your last name?
Disu.
Probably my last name is Douglas and not Davis.
I know somebody with Davis. Sharita Douglas. My bad. We are John Maxwell coaches, speakers, and trainers with the John Maxwell Group. Here we're talking about intentional acts of kindness. Our last blab on this topic, but we're going to do a little slant on the topic about connecting with people and making people feel valued through intentional acts of kindness. Now I'm going to turn it over to Sharita. She can introduce herself, and then Bola can introduce herself.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Sharita Douglas. I specialize in transformational leadership. I am also a coach, and I tend not to put a title before the coach because a true coach can coach anyone in any situation. So, I'm excited to be on this last blab of intentional acts of kindness. But looking forward to what Troy is going to speak to us about today. Hi, Kimberly.
Hello, Kimberly. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Hi, my name is Bola. I'm an educator. I'm also I teach and inspire effective leadership. We're all John Maxwell Team Certified members. So John Maxwell is our mentor, and we follow the similar philosophies and principles. And we all coach. We're trained coach speakers, and we're here to do our final blab on intentional acts of kindness. But like Troy said, we're going to do something a little differently today, right, Troy?
Yeah, I gotta find my notes. Hey, if in order you can change it, you see how it looked for you. You hit /light mode, and then the chat room will turn white if you want to do that.
Okay, we could try that later.
All right. I gotta find my notes.
Well, so we are actually going to be talking about things that people, seek in hopes, as a way of feeling valuable. So how do we express kindness to people by making them feel valuable? What are some of the things that they seek after from us or of us? And I think that this is a great topic because, especially in light of, Thanksgiving and the holidays coming up. So what are some ways that we can show that we value our friends, family members? What are those things? And it's interesting because there are some basic needs that Troy actually, researched, right, Troy? And I don't know if Troy tried it, but I know that when Troy, he had a Periscope, right? Wasn't it, Troy, during Periscope?
Yeah.
And he enlightened us. And I actually tried some of that stuff out, and it's so true. When you show up, we'll talk about those seven key things. But when you show that you value people, not only is that a way of expressing kindness to them, towards them, but it kind of like it makes them feel like they. I don't want to say the word, but it's one of the words. They make them feel appreciated, like they matter. And that's a big thing that we want to do, especially in the spirit of the holidays, that people matter, and especially people closest to us, or even people that work with on the job, that type of thing. Sharita, you want to add to that?
I think it's extremely important during this season to make sure that we are connecting with the people that matter to us, and that we are showing them that. For me, like on Thursday, I'm going to go and prepare some Thanksgiving baskets for some veterans. And that gives me, we're going to cook turkeys and put a box together for about 150 veterans is what we're going to do.
Awesome.
But that gives me a sense of giving back to other veterans, which is so very important to me. And so I know that they appreciate it with without them even saying it, you know, the smile on their face and how they are receptive to, and they look forward to it every year, because some veterans are not able to get out and do things like most can. So it's really an excellent way in order for me to give back. Even my sons, they go and help do this process. So it's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well,
so
you know, I went to, y'all remember I met the young lady at Burger King. So I went by there, and the young lady said that, I said, "Hey, what's your name?" I couldn't remember her name. She told me her name. I said, I'm back to buy you that lunch or dinner that I promised you. She said, "Really?" She said, "Wow." She said, you kept your word. I said, "I told y'all coming." She said, "Well," she said, "I've already eaten. I'm not hungry now." She so you don't have to do it this time. I said, "Well, I'll come back another time and do it." And she said that she said the people that I purchased, that I bought the food for, because I did a pay back or pay forward, whatever you call it. She said they wouldn't really appreciate it. She said, was like they were just nonchalant, you know, and it was $16, you know, that they didn't have to pay. And so I said, well, I ain't gonna worry about it. I said, it'll come back to me. She said, yeah. And so I gave her a card, told her, you know, invite her out to church. She said, "You carry yourself very well." I said, "Thank you." And I walked out the door, you know, because she said handsome again.
Yeah, you better hurry up and get out there.
Right. Yes. so, but I kept it professional. You know, I didn't feed into it. You know, I just kept it strictly professional and just let her know, you know, that I was just, you know, just doing something, an act of kindness.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. The fact that you demonstrated, like she said, you carry yourself well. Right.
Yes. Yes.
That's really great.
You know, isn't it important though? Because I was thinking about it when you were saying, Bola, that leaders themselves show appreciation to the people that they are working with. You know, the people that follow them, the people that, you know, look up to them and that they are mentoring and coaching. It's so important for leaders to do that as well.
Yeah, it definitely. I always tell leaders that is the number one thing that you should be doing with your
yes.
It empowers them, and it not only that, it re-energizes the group.
It's true.
Feel appreciated. It's nothing like feeling like I'm coming to work for people, you know, with people or for someone who appreciates what I bring.
Exactly.
And I think that that's very, very important. It's very, very important. So Troy, did you find your notes, or do you want me to
continue?
Yeah, I kind of got. I didn't get my full notes. I got them somewhere, but I got.
Okay. I have them down. So if you miss any, if you skip a beat, I'll be here to help you. Okay.
All right then. What was number one, Bola? Because I got them in different order.
She said what he said. What was
number one?
Oh, acceptance.
Okay, number two.
Wait a minute. Appreciation.
Number three.
Admiration.
Okay, number four.
Approval.
Are they all?
Number five.
Attention.
Number six.
Affection.
Okay, all right. I got to that order. Okay.
All right. See, I was paying attention.
You were. You sure were.
I was a good student.
So, no, I apply these because it's me naturally, you know, to apply these principles. Number one, you know, the principle is, you know, to offer value people, to accept people who they are. Sometimes we try to change people or make people be like us, and people are not us. They have their own individual personality. They have their own individual goals, likes, dislikes, and there's nothing wrong with people being different. But we have to accept them for who they are and not try to change them. And there's a lot of cliques in organizations and churches and stuff like that. And me, I'm the type of person only time I don't really deal with you if it's an issue with your character. It's not about your race. It's not about your religion. And I'm big enough, even if I don't like you, that I can still be cordial to you. I can still be concerned about you, even though I don't really like you. Maybe I don't trust you, but I'm still able to, I can communicate with you. It might not be on a deeper level, but I'm able to be cordial, be respectful, and be concerned, even though we don't get along or we don't like you. Now, I always say this: if somebody don't get along with me, it ain't me, because I'm gonna try everything in my power to get along with that person.
Yeah.
And so if it's a lot of friction, it's not me, because I'm gonna try to, hey, what's the problem? Let's talk about it. Let's fix it, and let's go on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody want to add?
You know, one thing about you, Joy, is that I have a admiration for you, because you know my position on a lot of things, and you, it still doesn't change the way you interact with me or how you see me or value me.
Right.
And I appreciate that about you, because that's hard. It's hard for a lot of people to just live in a space of accepting the person for who they are. But I always try to do that, because I realize if I'm not accepting of the next person, then what I'm doing is I'm forcing my will upon them, and that's not right. That's not showing kindness towards that person and really allowing them to be who they are. It's like you almost want them to be, fake for you.
Right.
And it's so much easier when we're able to be just who we are. And leaders really need to know that, we even have to do that as parents with our children.
But like I said, when it comes to, and like you said, when it comes to leadership in general, I feel as though everyone has a capability. Everyone is a leader. I believe that, but everybody has the capability of being an effective leader, right? Yes. I feel as though you're leading yourself to something, either it's good or bad, right or wrong, right? So that's what we were born to be, like to lead yourself. As soon as you have that awareness of who you are, you're leading yourself in some kind of way, right?
Right.
One thing I will say is that in accepting people, you have to accept people's uniqueness. And that's what I consider it. Not that you're different. Yeah. You're just unique.
Right.
Exactly.
You're unique. That's it.
Right.
So to me, that's how I express differences.
Right.
I'm unique, you're unique, but that's what makes the world, interesting. If we're all the same, how boring would it be, But I am with Joy, though, that there are some people, what I've come to do, learn, is just to love everyone. I may not like what they do or what they might be about, but, and it speaks to character, right?
Right.
That and your values, but I've come to love everyone, I mean, I feel like that's my responsibility on this earth, is to love people and to try to understand from their perspective, even if I don't get it at first, but trying my best, but not to say that I have to conform to their views, but I do have to love them anyway.
And that's all in respect too. It's respect for the views and the values of other people. So that's extremely important. Excellent.
Well, also all our replay viewers, thank you for watching and joining the replay. But like you said, it's all about loving people, Bola, for who they are.
Yeah.
And Sharita, respecting them and their view, because everybody has a different point of view. Like you said, it doesn't mean always that you agree, but you can have a conversation.
Right.
You can agree to disagree. See, now I know people, and Sharita, we talked about this. If they don't agree, people, they get to fighting and stuff like that. And it's all about. I'm like this, Bola. Me and Sharita had this conversation. If I'm upset with you, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, because I gotta get off my chest. And after I'm done with it. I'm gonna say, Bola, let's go to lunch. Right. I'm I'm not hold no grudge. I'm done with it. I got off my chest. I'm okay now, and I'm fine with it. I can't hold it in, because I got to get off my chest, and then I'm done. But some people, they be like, well, I didn't like the conversation, and we can't talk with friends. But a part of being in any relationship, friendship, marriage, whatever, you have disagreements, but you don't let the disagreements break up the friendship because you had a disagreement. You just disagree and you go on. You keep going. And so that's all about accepting people, is we can accept people even if we don't agree with things that they do or say or whatever. Is all about accepting people. Number two is appreciation. Mm-hmm. And y'all touched on it. As a leader, now I'm known for this. I'm over the men ministry at my church. And so I'm always telling people I thank you for, whatever they're doing. If they come out if they give or whatever they're doing, I'm always saying, no, thank you. I appreciate that because they didn't have to do that. And when we appreciate people, we show people that we value with them. And sometimes we take people for granted. Sometimes we just expect people. We take it's easy in a marital relationship for each other to take each other granted, not appreciate each other, and end up becoming an issue. But appreciation is one of those points that's really good, that you really need to appreciate the people around you. Yeah. Anybody else?
No, I definitely try to make sure that I tell people on a regular basis that I appreciate them, because I really do think that that's important. And we take so many things for granted, and we think that even when it comes to our family members, they know how I feel.
Right.
They know me, so I don't need to go that extra mile to say this or say that. But we do need to do that, and we need to constantly do it, because it keeps the individual motivated to continue in the direction in which they're going. For me, when someone tells me I appreciate you, Sharita, it's very humbling for me.
Yeah.
But it makes me know that what I'm doing, I need to continue. So I think it's just important to appreciate people and tell them that you appreciate them. Bola?
Yeah. And just to piggyback off of what you said, I mean, the way you're feeling, and Troy had mentioned this on another on Periscope. He had mentioned that showing appreciation, it raises people's self-esteem, right? So what you're saying is that it raises your self-esteem when people show appreciation to you. Right. It's humbling, right? It makes you want to even be more and do more, right? True. So that's exactly what it does,
And I was going to say that, Bola. Add to that.
Yeah.
If you want people to do more, just keep appreciating what they're doing, and they'll continue to do more because they.
Can I just tell you something?
It's very true.
I'm going to tell you that is so true. It's been happening to me all week.
Wow.
You guys know, and for our viewers, I'm in the process of doing my dissertation, and it's been really, really challenging. However, the professor that I have now, oh my gosh, I love her so much. She gives such effective feedback that makes me want to do more and do more. So what I've been doing is, because she's been giving me such great feedback to push my thinking and help me progress, I have been sending her emails with appreciation.
Wow.
Specific appreciation. Like I'll say, you know what? This is the best feedback I've gotten in such a long time. It has really increased my development and all of that. And then she immediately responds. I mean, you could tell in the email that she feels so good about, the way I'm showing appreciation, that she actually values the emails that I send, because then she responds back, and then she's been, checking my work. Even tonight, I sent her something tonight, and I thought, maybe I'll get it after the Thanksgiving break or whatever. She gave it right back with edits and all.
Wow.
Right, with edits and all. And I was like, and I sent an email right back thanking her for just being so prompt and so again, I find that, yes, you're right. Showing appreciation gets you, it gets the job done.
I didn't think about this until you were just saying it, Bola, because I have 3 students that I'm working with, taking them through a coaching program. And what's so funny about it is that sometimes they send me a message and they'll say, Coach, I'm going to be late with my report, because they have to give a report every single week. Mm-hmm. And I'll see the message, and I don't want them to stress over the fact that they're going to be late with their report. So I'll send them a message back and say, oh, it's okay, no problem. And they'll usually tell me when they're going to have it in to me. And so, but, they always tell me that they appreciate, number 1, that I respond so quickly, and number 2, that I'm so understanding. I was like, wow, for me, see, they don't realize that for me, what's happening is that I appreciate them letting me know. That's important for me. Don't have me, hanging there waiting for you to tell me what it is that you're doing or what you have going on. It's tell me that way I know I appreciate that, And so I guess it's a two-way street, but definitely, yeah, it really is. Appreciation is powerful.
Yes.
Let me flip the script on this particular one. Bola, what happens when you do something, you go out your way to do something, and you not appreciate it?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't let that bother me.
Okay.
Because I find more satisfaction in doing what I know I've been instructed to do.
Okay.
So it's not really about the person as it is about me actually being obedient and doing it for the person.
Okay. Okay.
So,
what about you, Sharita?
I agree. I tend not to do things expecting something for it, and that makes it much easier. It's more rewarding for me when someone says, "I appreciate you doing that," because truly I did it, selflessly. When I'm appreciating it,
I'm gonna drop a bomb on both of y'all. Bola, you don't have the kids, but you have a niece, and then you have kids and the grandchild. So, what happens when our kids, and that means your niece?
Right.
What do we do a lot of times when they don't appreciate something that we do for them?
I still don't find, I try not to get caught up in that because I could be I don't want to be cynical about what I'm doing, And so I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of, oh my gosh, one person didn't appreciate, so who? My goodness, I may not maybe I shouldn't do for anyone else or that kind of thing. And what happens is that when you start dwelling on why you're not being appreciated, it opens the door for so many other feelings that might not be healthy for you. Never mind about the people. Try not to give that feeling any attention. I think that's what it is. I focus on what's my responsibility. Why am I doing it? And just like Sharita said, you do selfless acts, sometimes not even expecting anything in return. And let's talk about, and I'm going to be specific, let's talk about money, for example, right? You lend somebody money, right? And they say to you, I'm going to pay you back. But they don't pay you back your money. How do you feel about that, right? So then again, you could feel, oh, I'm not appreciated. So you know what I do? I try to do something like this. This is what I do for them. Because one time it did happen to me, and I was. So you know what I say? I lend what I can. This way, if I don't get it back, I really don't care. It's okay.
I'm like that.
I try to do those things that won't annoy me. Later for you, I don't want it to bother me. So if I could just give you what I can. If you say, Bola, I need $1,000 or I need $500. Let me see. What can I lend you? How much can I lend you that if I don't get it back or you don't show appreciation by giving back, no love lost, and I could still hold a conversation with you. Okay, and I do that.
Well, let me go back. Let me go back.
Once told me, she said, never loan money that you can't afford to give away. She talked,
I've heard that.
And for a long time, I missed, like, that went way over my head. When she for a long time, girl, that was good. But now it's just like, okay, I get it. Don't loan money that you can't afford.
Rita, I got burned one time as a family member, and I said, never again. And not only that, the family member decides that, why are you asking me for the money anyway? I don't think I should be giving it back to you. So I was like, oh my goodness. What, it took me a minute, but I mean, it did. But to this day, I'm good with her. I'm good. I mean, we're not as chummy as before. She can never ask me for that amount of money again. But I've learned that I just give what I can. Like you said, like I could give away with no expectation of getting it back.
Well,
that's it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me say this. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, but let's talk about just the children. So if you do not, like you have to teach a child how to be grateful.
Right.
If you keep giving it to them and they don't be grateful, then they'll never learn. They always, because we live in a sense of entitlement. And like with family members. Huh? Yeah.
And I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Troy. But that's when
family members.
Yeah,
family members. It's been time that I just took it as a loss. It was a loan. I didn't get it back, so I just said, well, I just take it as a loss, because if I dwell on it, then I'm gonna get an attitude and I'm gonna get upset. So it's better for us not to fall out and just let it be. Just take it as a loss, you know. So I got a couple of family members right now. You know, my dad. I mean, it might be a loss, you know. And so I just take it as a loss. But like I told my dad, don't play with my money. I told you that.
Don't be funny with my money. Seriously,
right.
Don't be funny with my money. Yeah. I don't play that. Yeah. I don't.
But if I don't get it, then I'm gonna tell him. I'm not gonna be disrespectful, because I don't believe in disrespecting. But I'm gonna say, Dad, that's not right. And I'm gonna say, Dad, we still. It's still I'm 48 and you almost 70, and it's still that you not taking care of us, we taking care of you. That's backwards, Dad. But I'm not gonna lose no sleep over it.
Traditions is not backwards, honey.
Huh?
In some traditions, it's not backwards.
Well, but scripturally says but scripturally the parents supposed to be laying up for the children.
That is true. Scripturally, yes. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that there are traditions where it's like honor your mother and your father. So you could take it those ways too.
Right.
Honor your mother and your father, right? And then you could also take it up as, you know, your parents are supposed to leave an inheritance.
Inheritance, right. But you said when they get old, we supposed to take care of them. So yeah, when you say we getting old, we supposed to take care of them. I understand that. But I'm saying that my dad ain't never took care of me. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in my life. So what I'm saying
it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. You're supposed to honor your mother and father.
Oh, yeah. That's why I say I won't be disrespectful. But I got to let him know that, you know, if he don't do what he's supposed to do, Dad, that's not right. I won't be disrespectful. Now, he's still get the honor. Yeah, definitely. All right, number three.
Okay.
Admiration.
Okay. Yes, I like that one.
People want to be admired.
Yes, they do.
Now, that's big for men. We want to be admired. And most of the time, we want to be admired for our work. Most men, they ask another man is, what do you do for a living? That's how we compare each other. Women, a lot of times, the extension of their personality is their home. They want the home a certain way. They don't want anybody to come up. They want the home clean. It's an extension. But a man is his work. And so men, especially, we want to be admired. We want to feel like we the man, because we have egos. Everybody have egos, but we have big egos. But in general, everybody want to be admired. People, when you admire people, especially for their accomplishment, what they've done, their character, it helps boost them up because you show admiration for what they've done and what they accomplished. Now, sometimes there's some people, you know, they got the big head and show admiration, you know, but as more as we be successful, the more successful and higher we go, the more humble we should become. But a lot of people, they become more arrogant, huh, Sharita?
I don't want to be admired.
You don't want to be admired?
I do not, and I'll tell you why. Because if you put me up on a pedestal, that's a harder fall for me. So I don't want to.
He's talking about men. He's talking about men. He's talking about for him as a man, his perspective, from coming from like
my.
And I want
to be admired.
I love that.
I just want to be appreciated. That's
right. But in general, everybody wants to be admired for their work. They do some work. They want to be admired. You put out a book, Bowler. You want to be admired because you went through and you became a doctor. But you can't.
I don't want to be admired because of that.
No, I'm not saying that's your only reason we're doing it. I'm just saying that you don't want people
to be admired for that.
Well, I'm gonna admire you.
Me.
I'm gonna admire you.
But I'm not gonna. And not to say I don't even want to know that.
I'm gonna admire you. I'm saying, doctor. My sister, she's Dr. Bowler Disu. I'm gonna celebrate that with you. That's an accomplishment.
You're celebrating with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But that admiration, you're saying, sort of, when I think of admiration, I mean, I don't know if that's what I want to be admired for.
No,
you know
not necessarily.
I mean?
No, I mean, it could be some other stuff you've done. So we don't want to go to Africa. She may create a big movement in Africa, and we admire her for her work in Africa.
But she may not. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. So she get admired for her work in Africa, and we like, wow, what a great accomplishment. I admire you for that. I admire your work, and so that's just one of the to make people feel valued. I'm not saying that everybody depend on it. There's some people that do. There's some people walk around with a big head and they feel like, you got to treat them that, they God's gift to me, everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's an unhealthy dose of admiration.
Yeah. Okay. But that's interesting that you said, that men like to be admired. I'm going to tell you why. Mm-hmm. Because, even with the guys in my family and even with like my brothers and stuff, they could do the simplest thing. And I'm like, Hercules. And they feel like that is like the best thing.
Right. Yes.
They get this strength. Okay. This. Yes. Wow. I could tell them to do several things in the house. After admiring that one thing that they do, right. I'm like, wow, admiration is power, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a powerful thing. That makes sense now that you said that.
Now, a man, there's a guy wrote a book, 5 Needs of a Man. One of them is admiration. And if a man, if he's not getting that at home, and then he goes out and women start admiring him. Yeah. He start being drawn to that because he's not getting that need met of admiration. Follow me? So a lot of times affairs are not necessarily physical. It begins emotionally because some need is not being met.
That's true.
Wow, that is true.
And but it ends up becoming physical later on, but it didn't start like that. Like somebody said, it's a lot of times it starts with conversation. And so as men, we really want to be admired, and that's why a lot of times we, what they do for a living. But see, I done got to a point now that, like it used to be like people have a degree. I just have a social degree, so it's people got 4-year degrees. Some people got, masters and doctors. It used to bother me, years ago. But now, I mean, these people just like me, they have the same issues, just like me. They just went to college and got a degree. It's no different. They just got issues. So I learned, hey, we all in the same boat together. And I've gotten older where stuff don't really matter anymore.
Exactly. All right. So we're going to go to number 4. Approval. I love it. Say that, what you said, babies cry for it. Go ahead. I like the way you say it.
Grown men die for it.
Yeah, that's
babies cry for it. Grown men die for it.
That's right.
Well, that's huge. People love approval. Mm-hmm. Kids sometimes act out because they don't get the approval of their parents. Mm. They're looking for the approval of their parents.
Yeah.
Now, there are times that sometimes parents put too much pressure on children because maybe they're trying to live out a dream in them, maybe sports or academics or something. They put all this pressure on the child. And I think parents have to look at and determine every child has their own individual gift and help that child develop that gift, even if it's different than what they think it is or what they want it to be, because everybody have their own individual gifts. And so everybody, babies cry for it, grown men die for it. We all looking for approval in some kind of way. We don't always get it, but everybody's looking for approval. Anybody else want to add on that?
Yeah, but when you say babies cry for it, grown men die for it, you're still talking about the same person. Because, when it comes to a man, they said once a man, twice a baby. I'm just saying.
Y'all be dropping some nuggets. Say that again. Say that,
it says once.
Hey, honestly, they said when we get older, we still want to play with toys. They just become more expensive.
Yeah, and I have this one friend. Every year he buys himself a truck, a Hess truck, and he's been collecting them for years. And so,
did we talk about Hess trucks here? Was it on this platform? Okay, because somebody was saying they went out of style or they went out of business or something. But there's one for Christmas this year.
Yeah, you can still get them online. Yeah, I just ordered 2 of them myself.
The one for 2015, the Christmas one. Yeah, but you're right. They call it collector's items.
Indeed, that's exactly what they call them.
That's what they call them, collector's items.
They toys to me. You collect.
He plays with trains, and he's like 70-something years old, and that's his collection.
Right. I remember when I first got married, and at the time, Sega Genesis was
I'll be right back. I have to get
Sega Genesis was a video game, and I remember I would rent the game, and my wife, honey, you coming to bed? No, I'm trying to get my money's worth.
I love Sega too.
You got a Sega?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, but I only play the sports game. I love just the sports game. And so my wife, you know, she was like, honey, you up all night playing that game? You need to go to bed. So, you know, as I got older, I bought a PlayStation off of one of my coworkers leaving. I probably played a couple times, just wasn't interest. But we still playing games, you know. So we want those toys, you know, as we get men. Now, if I had one, I might play it once or twice, but it's just I don't have the time, don't have the desire like I used to. But yeah, we want those toys.
But I'm a little important. Like if you think about the fact that, and I was on the blab and the guy said that on there. It is so funny. You know, like when you were young and you're trying to party train. Mm-hmm. And you go to the bathroom and you come out. I went to the party and it's
right.
You know, that's the approval that people need. I think if we can look at it like this, be another person's cheerleader.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, be another person's cheerleader, because if you do that, then you're giving them the strength, the motivation, inspiration, and all that to keep going. So just be your cheerleader. Yeah.
Now let me throw another wrench in this.
Go ahead. I love it.
He always throwing a wrench.
I love it. It makes it interesting.
Do women dress to impress other women or to impress men?
I dress to impress myself.
Huh?
No, you say women in general. You're the 1%.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not talking about the 1%. He's asking a hypothetical, like
in general.
I think for the general public.
I think for me personally, I think women do it more for the other women than themselves. Now, let me give you an example. Maybe I shouldn't go there, but I will.
Okay.
You know when women go to church, right? Especially like on Mother's Day, and they all decked out in their suit, and they got their hat on. You know, who are they impressing? They got a husband. Hello, they're trying to impress other women. Okay, let's just be real about it.
That is true.
That's true. Anyone who you know finds this. Anyone who's true. But you know, that's how I see things. So.
That's how you see it. That's
I used to teach a Sunday school class, 16 to 19 years old. We had this conversation. Personally, I think women that dress provocatively are dressing for other men. Mm. But women in general, I found out that they dress for other women because they want trying to impress the approval of the women. They want to have the latest and the best, shoes, purse, or whatever case may be. Now, I had a woman that tried to get me into which one does the facial? Did I mention this before?
Yeah.
And she said that, but she said the reason why men do good because we tell women the truth in what they look at. But we tell women the truth what they have on. She said women don't tell them always the truth. They could go and look like a bozo clown, and another woman will let her walk out looking like that. But a man will tell you, no, that don't fit you. That ain't good. And I've done like at church, some sisters they grew up. And I'd be like, no, that's too much for you. Lipstick, real. I said, that's too much. And at time they got mad, but now one of them, she'll come and ask me, is this too much? You know, because they know I'm going to be truthful, you know, and not being derogatory or mean, just saying, hey, you know, that's too much, you know.
Right.
Yeah. All right, number 5. Attention.
You know what? Let me tell you about attention. So I never thought of things this way. And you know, it's amazing to go and sit in on other people's blabs because you learn so much from them.
Right.
And this is a prime example. The other day I saw one of the twins, Jalen, he posted on Facebook this picture of a man and a woman. And you would think that the woman would be laying in the man's arms cuddled up, but it was the opposite. Okay. And so what that taught me was, they need affection just as much as we do. But I'm going to be aware of it. You know, the awareness of it is extremely important. And so we as women need to be nurturing and caring and affectionate to our mates.
Well, affection is the last one, but let me go back to attention.
Attention is the same thing. I mean, for me, it's
attention is huge. From the standpoint is, if you communicating with someone, you want that person to have undivided attention. When I come into a blab and I say hello, and I never get addressed, that bothers me. You're not paying me any attention.
That's it.
You're not paying me any attention.
That's it.
You know, people,
right? You know, and not that I have to be the center of attention, but it's just, to me, it's just polite, you know, to say hello. You know, you watch the chat, and when people, you know, I can understand you're in the midst of something, but if you go on and you never acknowledge the people come in, to me, it's all about you, and it's not about the other people.
That's the black etiquette.
That's so true.
Right.
That's
so attention. You know, let me throw out another. Let me throw out another one.
Yeah.
If you're texting somebody back and forth, and you get one word answers. You ain't really paying me no attention.
You know what I say attention though? When I think about attention, I always think about the fact that we're so busy in our lives. And when someone comes to me and they approach me, it's to stop what I'm doing to acknowledge them. That give them my attention. So and that's extremely important, I feel. But Troy, you're funny. The blab stuff, I've been into blabs where I've said hello and no one's acknowledged, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to be in here or not, you know?
You know, you pay me no attention, you know, and if you go into a store and they take too long, or a restaurant and they take too long to come and see you, you like, you know, you're not paying me no attention. You know, you might leave, you know. The bowl of laughing, but
it's true. No, but you're right. But some people, they need, you know, you need that. You know, I was just trying to figure out when I need attention.
Okay, you're the 1%.
No, don't tell me. Listen, I am not above this. I'm trying to say, I believe that it's from my mom.
You need attention from your coach sometimes, and you're very demanding with your coach when you need attention.
Okay, so maybe, for me, I need to be.
Because your coach has told me.
My coach.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet with my coach because that's confidentiality. What kind of coach is telling my business?
Bowl is demanding for attention.
Only if the coach is your coach. Only if the person who's talking about it is your coach.
Bowler Center of Attention Day. Like, wait a minute. let me tell you. Now you jog my memory of why the times when I need attention or I want attention is when I have something to say. When I have something, and that goes for my sister. She's going to listen to this recording. My brothers, my siblings, all of them. Because when they need me or want me, I'm stopping and I'm listening. But when I want to say something, get off my chest, please don't be doing other things. And please don't coach that too. Because my coach, that's what my coach does. How my coach does. I'm talking to her and she's busy Skyping somebody a message, returning an email, and then doesn't mind telling me that that's what she's doing. Hello, this is my time.
Right.
Wait, hold up 1 second. Let me send this Skype message right here, okay? You hearing the tap, 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 tap. You like, wait a minute. I don't talk for like half an hour. Which part did you hear or didn't you hear?
Oh my goodness.
So tell that to my coach.
All right, y'all. We got 5 minutes. We're going to cover the last one because we got to get the next call.
This is good. This is really good. Got that off my chest.
Boy,
Number
funny. No, because you demand. You're like, hello, I need, pay attention to me. You know what? Call me back when you're done.
Yes.
I've been like that too. My wife, a lot of times, she work with the kids, and a lot of times she calling, screaming, and yelling at the kids. I said, "Babe, call me back when you're not yelling at the kids." You know, so I understand that. So everybody, we have some type of.
I need attention.
We want attention. We want undivided attention.
It's
we all like that.
And it's
number 6
too. It's a matter of respect. So yeah,
right. It is.
Yeah.
Affection. Affection is. It can be a touch.
You got me good.
It can be a hug. And I think I see people in relationships.
Yeah.
And I see no affection. To me, that's a cold relationship. I never see any affection. I observe people, so like me and my wife, we married 24 years. So just like last night, we was walking at a restaurant. I grabbed her hand. That's touch. Now my wife started pulling away her hand and stuff like that, and she's doing that all the time. I'm gonna be wondering, well, what's going on, because everybody need affection. Why does she not want affection? And so, in general, we all want somebody to show us kindness and affection. Where it's a hug, where it's a touch, and I'm not just talking about sexual, but just to know that you care and you're concerned. We all desire the affection. Anybody want to add something to that?
My favorite quote that when you talk about affection, and it's just a quote that I like, but it came to my mind. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. True. And so we have to show that through, it's different ways of showing that attention is affection, I'm touching
it. True.
Is affection. The baby, she's always coming to me and she wants to lay on me and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm just like, come on, Journey, I'm doing something. But then it registers because she doesn't go away. Hey, she needs your time. And what I've learned about her is if I just give her 5 minutes, and she's right. Like Bola, if I just give her 5 minutes,
right? Yeah.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hey. Good to
go. Well, me and in general, we have a tendency not to be affectionate. But when my son was coming up, as he got older, I would hug him. I didn't want to. If I had a daughter, I would probably kiss her, but I don't want make him feel like because kids be like, "Oh, Dad," So, but I hug him. I let him know. Because I didn't get that from my father, and I let him know, hey, son, I love you, and so, and me and we're not quick to hug, now we do like and we'll get that hug, and that's about all we're gonna do, and we're gonna keep it, at a distance, but we're not gonna get real affectionate with other men.
Oh my goodness!
Why is that, Troy? Or is that gonna be another blab?
That'll be another blab. We not. Notice, men, we don't go in the bathroom together. Like women say, "Oh, let's go to the bathroom." Men, we do not go. That's a violation of a man law. You don't go to the bathroom with another man. Yeah.
Oh my God!
When you using the bathroom, you don't have no conversation. He over his style. I'm over. You don't have no conversation. No. I'm saying, like when we standing up and urinating, you don't have no conversation. That's a violation of man law.
Wow.
Women go to the bathroom. You talk about
that's here in this country. Believe me when I tell you that, because in Africa, I'm not kidding you. That is not the case there. It is.
Oh, really? Okay.
At all. I mean,
so we're generalizing, my friend.
Yeah, you. So, that's not
like you generalizing, generalizing.
I'm overgeneralizing. Well, in America, they don't do that.
The 1%.
In Africa, the men will go to the bathroom and talk. Sharita.
You do that all the time.
Sharita, how do you know that that's what they do in the bathroom?
What, that who? The twins?
That the
You said you
African
go to the bathroom with them?
No, because you know what? I don't know. I saw this picture. Okay, so this is going to be funny, right? I saw this picture once because, you know, for the most part, like we don't do this here in this country, but you're supposed to squat when you use the bathroom because it makes everything come down more properly. We don't do that here in this country. And even like in Vietnam and places like that, it's to squat. The toilet is very low if they have one. It's, you know, it's low. And so I saw this picture once, and the men have newspapers, and each one sitting beside each other, and they're taking care of their business. And I mean, they're squat down and stuff.
That's called a library. I call that the library. Take you some
the library.
Yeah, a book. Take your book. That's the library.
That's funny because I never heard of that, but that's funny. Okay.
All right, y'all. It's 7:00, 7:01.
Okay. Well, 8:01 here. 8:01
yeah, I'm sorry.
here.
Yeah, 8:01 on Eastern time.
Training call.
Who can who can pause the recording?
I'll pause it.
Okay.
Are you going to close it out, Troy?
Yeah, I'll close it out.
Okay.
Thank y'all. Y'all, hey, we need to get together maybe Friday, just discuss what we're gonna come up with for the our next blabs.
Yay!
Some good topics.
Yes.
Hey, I'm willing if y'all even want to discuss women issues, I'm willing to sit in and participate.
You probably know a lot about women.
Are we pausing the recording? Are we stopping the recording?
I'm close out the recording.
I think he thought. Did you think you did that or?
Well, how about you close out?
No. Troy will close out.
I can't.
No. Troy, can you say like the closing?
Oh, my bad. Okay. All right.
Not the closing prayer. Not the closing prayer. Oh my goodness.
Don't pray, please. Do not do that.
We thank everybody for joining. I'm grateful for my teammates, Bola and Sharita. We will be here next week at 6:00. We will let you know what our next topic of discussion will be. Anybody have any closing remarks?
7:00 Eastern time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
6:00 Central.
Mm-hmm.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Happy holidays to everyone, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Right.
So pause the recording or stop it, whatever.